You versus Markiplier versus me and even Twitch and the YouTube 10 rule. The YouTube 10 rule is to only expect about 10% of your subscriber count to watch every video you put out. It was made to help combat the mentality people have to judge themselves based on the numbers they get on videos. What does this have to do with Markiplier, or even you versus him? At present, Mark has almost 25 million subscribers, but looking at any random video on his channel will show you that not all 25 million watch every video. Only about 2 to 3 million watch every video, about 10% of his audience. And this is not a dig at Markiplier, but to help you understand that even a creator on YouTube that is considered successful doesn't generate 100% watch time from 100% of his audience. And while you may not be as big as he is right now, you too can and will be successful even without pulling your entire audience on every video. Sure, 2 million per video is still great and better than say 200 per video, but if you are small or starting out, you gotta grow first. We all did or still are and do. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run run before you Naruto run, and Naruto run before you bring peace to this ninja world of ours, and then do charity streams live monthly. I don't make the rules, I'm just a messenger. And the YouTube 10 rule can apply no matter your size. If you have 10 subs and are getting 1 view a video, you are successful, keep going. If you are like my own channel and you broke 100 and are getting 10 views a video, you are successful. 1,000, 100 views a video, and so on and so forth. So that begs the question though, well, what if you are under those numbers? I will answer that later in this video, so stick around. But that will be addressed after some context about audiences, which is really a part of the answer, to be honest. An audience can ebb and flow, and the reason for this could be for a variety of reasons. For Mark, you, myself, anyone really. They could be busy sometimes, due to college or school or work, or maybe we'll binge your videos later, especially if it's a longer video that drops. Like if you drop a gameplay video that's an hour and 40 minutes, maybe someone has to save that for another time. Perhaps we could also save that until we have a day off to really enjoy it because we're on the clock. It could also be the subject matter that does not appeal to them in some cases, but does in others. What I mean by this is, say Group A in your audience doesn't really like X series, but they like Y series. They'll probably not watch X series, but they'll still stick around for Y series then. And granted, perhaps it is the job on our end to see a trend like that, yes, but it isn't an indication that suddenly we're some terrible creator or person is the main point. Especially if the person they are subscribed to does variety content to begin with. Heck, I was not a huge fan of Muddied Heights when that was suddenly a thing people seemed to be doing in 2016, so I admit I didn't watch much of those videos, but I stayed around those channels because most of them did do some form of variety content and were going to do some kind of other games or content in the future. However, there were core parts of their audiences that watched and enjoyed those videos, much like you yourself might have a core unit of people that watch your videos, even if it's not every single video. That's the focus here. Again, this rule exists to help combat the negative mentality, especially because this mentality is not a form of criticism or something to self-reflect on usually. Usually people just tear themselves down with their own analytics long before some mean comment could. Do not do this. Essentially, if Markiplier, a creator that is considered successful, operates that success off 10% of his audience, then you can at your size with the idea that you will grow as well. Not only that, but it means even at your current size, you are still being as successful as a bigger creator too by ratio. Ratio might not pay bills, but ratio shows that you are in fact building a core audience to eventually build a community and maybe even a huge channel off of someday, so keep that in mind. Basically a positive mentality tool. I think Twitch had this in mind with its affiliate rules and just getting started. For those that do not know, over on Twitch, before trying to get partnered is something called an affiliate program. It allows you to begin your path to partner with actual rewards, but it's not on the level that partner is either. It requires a person to stream over a 30-day period for 8 different days within that 30-day period and 7 hours within that 30-day period, gain 50 followers, but only have to have 3 average viewers in this 30-day period. And for those that don't know, basically per stream, you want 3 average people watching those 8 to 7 streams. And so if one day has like 2 people, maybe it gets brought up another day with 4 or 5 people. But on average, it needs to be 3. Quick maths. 3 is actually even less than 10% of 50. And I think that is because it is understood that your whole audience will not always be there for every stream, and that's okay. Big or small, but especially small. As mentioned before, your audience could be, say, global and can't watch or tune in immediately, if at all again, because they're just busy. And yet, if you start gaining subs, growing a community through the schedule, and work at becoming what you want to be on that platform, you will grow. Speaking of growth, let's talk about that in this next example by tying this back into Mark, you, and myself even. Growth is another way the YouTube 10 rule can be applied to counter negative mentalities you might have against yourself. We've already established that you can grow to the point where, like Markiplier, you're still pretty successful regardless, right? Well, he didn't start off with 25 million subscribers on day 1. He had to grow into that, and he did. But let's answer the question about what if you are under that 10%? What if you have 100 subs and a video doesn't hit 10 views even? The answer is grinding videos, quantity over quality. Now, I'm not saying you need to just pump out all kinds of random videos and you can't care about the quality of your videos, especially if you're trying to establish a niche, by the way. It's pronounced niche, not Nietzsche or whatever people say. It's niche. Sorry, again, I don't make the rules, just the messenger. But I am saying, depending on the kinds of videos you make and how long they can be rewatched after being posted, you will eventually start generating passive views, meaning views you get from your videos even when you are not posting a new video. I'll use myself as an example here on my old League of Legends channel, GG Get Jinxed. At present, without making any more videos, GG Get Jinxed generates 800 plus views per 48 hours, so about 400 views a day. The account is sitting at about 2,000 subs, meaning using the YouTube 10 rule as an example here, I should be aiming for 200 views a video. What this actually means, if a video does not hit that, it underperforms, I can still count on the 400 views per day to pick up the slack. And you can too with your own channel in regards to making videos that generate views for you beyond when originally made. Again, Markiplier has this going for him too. We may see the 2 to 3 million views per video per day, but gameplay and let's play are examples of a video type where if the person was entertaining enough, people will rewatch said videos, or new people first finding the videos will be willing to watch those videos too. So it might seem like a 2 to 3 million could easily be much higher per day for that. I'm guilty of this back in 2015 when I went back to watch older videos like the One Night of Flumpties, or The Evil Within, or Minecraft, etc. And speaking of, on a side note, now that FNAF VR exists, Flumpties needs a VR version too, I'm just saying. But if you're just starting out and you struggle, hang on to the fact that as you keep going and as you keep pushing on, because you'll eventually start making passive views and stuff, like it will get better and easier too, even if a video underperforms. I'll also use bell notifications as an example of why you do not suck if we ain't convinced you yet. The typical amount of people who turn on bell notifications on a channel are between 10 and 30%. Yep, 10 again, something about that number. Then there are subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications. The typical on YouTube, the average is 5 to 20%. Yeah, that actually seems confusing to me too, that YouTube somehow made bell notifications because the subscribe button wasn't good enough, and now you have to basically have a bell notification turned on for the bell notification for the subscribe button, you know, whatever. But the point here is typically, even here, the number is as low as 5%. So all these high numbers you beat yourself over are honestly not even close to the average or you need to be successful on this platform. Within the image posted, we will see how many views you can also get from non-subscribers, and usually for anyone without a large subscriber base, that's kind of where a lot of views might even come. So even though people are hitting subscribe, even if they're not watching one of your videos, you might be able to pick up a lot of views from outside of your base anyways. Which is why you could be at a mere 2,000 subs, like the GG Get Jinxed channel, but closing in on 900,000 total views, with your popular videos far exceeding your subscriber count. Heck, even on this channel of Gamrison, same thing. Do not let certain expectations you have bury yourself under a mountain of self-hate. Sure, this video and ideology is optimistic, but that's okay too. After all, some people will consider this a dream job if they explode on the site, so dang it, dream. But most importantly, this ideology is again, repeated over and over in this video, something to help you overcome like that late night, you're looking at your analytics, you have those whispers that you're not good enough, those doubts that are now unfounded, that you're never going to be good or anything like that. Throw that all out the window. And sure, this is more of like a positive mentality video, more than like cold hard facts per se, but still, especially if you're just starting out, especially if you're still growing, you gotta press on. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. Because we've mentioned Markiplier so much in this video, I'll end this idea on something he mentioned on one of his streams once, and it was this. Essentially, if there's a path you need to walk to get to a goal, and you need to get to that path, and let's say it's a road of glass shards, it's gonna suck, and honestly, you're allowed to complain about it, you can whine about it all you want as you walk that path, but walk that path. And it's a grind after all. And who knows, maybe as you're walking that path of necessity, you'll find boots or something you'll be able to protect your feet, the path will get easier as you go on, and you'll get to that goal eventually. So it's not even that you can't complain and stuff, but if it's something you really want to do, then walk that path and start doing it. Now that's kind of the idea here. Because as you're walking that path and as you're coming over hardships and stuff like that, you're going to have those moments where you're human. You're going to beat yourself up over these numbers you shouldn't judge yourself over. But as best you can, don't judge yourself on them. Because honestly, you're a lot more successful than you probably think, even if you're not at the goal you want to be at yet. And that's totally fine. Sometimes that just happens. The thoughts sneak in and we start hampering ourselves on things that honestly don't matter as much as we've now believed it to matter. And we see numbers and we see our value in these numbers that we don't need to, because even if you only have an audience of 10, maybe those 10 people are really enjoying the videos you make their day the same way maybe a bigger creator makes your day. So press on as best you can. I know it's easier said than done, but hopefully this video helped you out even a little bit, right? By making the comparisons to like one of my older channels that's a bit more successful, or a Markiplier, or yourself that might even be more successful than both of us. And if you're watching this video, that's great actually, thank you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know which video will be next, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But until this time, take care, and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching.